Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. So today in this video we are going to talk about Deloitte interview questions that were shared by one of our subscriber friend who recently got an opportunity to have an interview with Deloitte. So coming to the interview process, so there were three rounds: round 1, round 2 and round 3. In the round 1 it was an online test like MCQ plus coding, and round 2 was an face to face interview, round 3 was an HR. So here is the mail that we got. So the position for which the interview has happened is for consultant position. The location was Kolkata, and the package that was offered is 10 lakhs per annum with 25% variable, and the experience at the time of interview was 3 plus years. And coming to round 1, MCQ plus coding, easy to moderate level, platform Mocha, and second round was face to face. Now we are going to discuss about the questions. So first question, what is oops? So Java defines oops as follows. There are basically, whenever we encounter this question, we can talk about the four pillars of oops, that is abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance and polymorphism. So coming to the definition, abstraction. So we all know like using simple things, like what abstraction does is using simple things we represent complexity. Like we all know how to turn on the TV, but we don't need to know how it works in order to enjoy it, right? So that is abstraction here. So we hide the complexity and expose the simple things to the outer world. That is called abstraction. Next is encapsulation, the practice of keeping fields within a class private, then providing access to those fields via public methods. Encapsulation is a protective barrier that keeps the data and code safe within the class itself. We can then reuse the objects like code, components, or variables without following open access to the data system wide. So that was about the encapsulation. Now coming to inheritance, this is a special feature of object-oriented programming in Java. Inheritance lets programmers create new classes that share some of the attributes of existing classes. Using inheritance lets us build on previous work without reinventing the complete wheel. And coming to polymorphism, it allows programmers to use same word in Java to mean different things in different context. One of the polymorphism is method overloading, right? So that was about the oops concepts. Now coming to the next question, what is functional interface? So a functional interface in Java is an interface that contains only one single abstract method. Abstract means unimplemented method, and there can be any number of default and static methods. So that is called functional interface. There were functional interfaces like these kind of interfaces with one method before to Java 1.8 as well. In Java 1.8, at the rate function interface annotation came into picture. Next question, does main method or static block execute first? So always the static block execute first, because Java language specification mandates that static block must be executed first. There can be more than one static block, and each of them are executed in the order of their declaration. Static blocks are executed when the class is loaded in the memory, that is JVM. So coming to the next question, what is Spring Profile and how to configure? So Spring Profile allows to define profile specific property files in the form of application hyphen the profile dot properties. It automatically loads the properties in the application.properties file for all profiles, and the ones of in the profile specific property files for the specified profile. Here profile is nothing but like dev environment, prod environment, staging, QA environment. There can be n number of environments. It differs from project to project. You may name it in any sense, but that is how it is also. And coming to how to configure it, the solution would be to create more property files and add the profile name as the suffix, and the configure Spring Boot to pick up the appropriate properties based on the profile. Example like application hyphen dev dot properties, it will load in the dev environment. Application hyphen prod, that will load in the production. So like that we can do that. Coming to the next question, where in my project I have used queue data structure. So our subscriber friend says I couldn't answer because we don't use in our project. So there can be n number of use cases, like communicating from one microservice to another microservice. Here also we can use Kafka, producer and consumer. Or you are, from your project you are completely publishing a message to some other application which will pick it up, there you can use it. So it depends on the project to project. If you haven't worked on, so it is always better to say that I haven't worked on that, because more number of questions will pile up again. Coming to the next question, which is six, life cycle of threads. So there are we can say like five, like new, active, blocked, timed waiting and terminated. These are the five life cycle methods or life cycle of a thread. Then comes the next question, spring actuator. So spring actuators brings like production ready features to our application. We need to configure this through a dependency in the POM. So we need to have this POM spring actuator dependency in the POM. Then we can make use of the functionality like this feature. So, like, to answer it, we can answer it in this way. Actuator brings production ready features to our application. Monitoring our app, gathering matrices, understanding traffic or the state of our database become trivial with with this dependency. The main benefit of this library is that we can get production grade tools without having actually implement these features ourselves. Actuator is mainly used to expose operational information about the running application like health matrices, info, dump, environment, etc. It uses HTTP endpoints or JMX beans to enable us to interact with it. Once this dependency is on the class path, several endpoints are available for us out of the box. As with as with most Spring modules, we can easily configure or extend it in many ways. Few examples are slash health, so which summarizes the of health status of our application. Slash environment returns the current environment properties. Additionally, we can retrieve single properties as well. Slash bean returns all the available beans in the bean factory. Slash heap dump builds and returns a heap dump from the JVM used by our application. Slash shutdown performs a graceful shutdown of the application. Here are the few endpoints that I have talked. There are many other as well, you can talk about it. Different types of constraint present in MySQL DB. So there are like right now what I can get is not null, unique, primary key, foreign key, check, default, create index. So coming to not null, ensure that the column cannot be null value. Unique means ensure that all values in the column are different. Primary key, a combination of not null and unique, uniquely identifies each row in a table. Foreign key prevents action that would destroy links between tables. Check ensures the value in a column satisfies a specific condition. Default, like, sets a default value for a column if no value is specified. Create index, used to create and retrieve data from database very quickly. So these are the different constraint types we can talk about. Coming to the next question, what is normalization and why we require? I was able to answer partially as I last read it on it during college days. This was the answer that our candidate gave. But normalization, like, coming to normalization answer, it is a technique for organizing data in database. It is important that data is normalized to minimize the redundancy. Like, redundancy means duplicate data, and to ensure only related data is stored in each table. It also prevents any issues stemming from database modification, such as insertion, deletions, and updates. So there are a number of techniques to do this again. So if you are aware of it, or like, there can be counter questions on this, like 1 and 2 and 3, and there are different ways. Coming to the next question, different types of joins. So, like, considering this, as the earlier question was on MySQL, so there are like four joins: inner join, left join, right join, cross join. So inner joins means returns record that have matching values in both the tables. Left join returns all the records from the left table and the match record from the right table. Right join is vice versa, like it returns all the records from the right table and match record from the left table. Cross join returns all the records from both the tables. So these were the questions that was shared by our subscriber friend. So here is the look of the entire mail that we got. So we have gone through all the questions. So this was for a 3+ years experience candidate. The package that got offered was 10 lakhs per annum with 25% variable pay. That means 7.5 is the fixed here, we can say. So these were the questions that we have already discussed with the answers. If you want to share your interview experiences, you can feel free to reach us at the email ID that is there in the description. So this is a other part. So feedback from the second round was given to the candidate, like our friend. Need to study little more on Spring Boot was the feedback that was given. So that's it in this video, guys. So if you haven't subscribed us, please do subscribe. Please do like it, share it to other technical platforms so that it might help someone, and provide the feedback as well. So if you are on our channel for the first time and wondering who are we and what we do, so we are basically a bunch of software engineers who different attend interviews with different MNCs and share our real-time interview experiences. Apart from that, we also share our subscriber friends interview experiences through these videos. And if you're wondering what are the company names that are getting printed on your screen, so these are the companies interview experiences, real-time interview experiences that we have already shared. So visit our channel and catch, you can get all the benefits, and subscribe, don't forget to subscribe to catch all the updates. And thanks for watching, have a great day.